overview of why DELL has a corporate responsibility program?
Absolutely. To start with, it starts with our CEO, Michael Dell. He's highly committed to being a sustainable, responsible company, and it flows throughout the rest of the company. The entire company, including all of our employees, are behind us in this effort. It's great.
So talk to us a little bit about the sustainability program. What types of initiatives are in the sustainability program, and what's the overall mission of the program itself?
So the mission of the program is to leave the planet a better place than we found it and to do the least damage we can do along the way. And basically we look at the life cycle of how DELL operates. So we look at our operations, we look at our products, we look at our packaging, and we look at our recycling. So we take sustainability kind of from cradle to grave. So if you're looking at our operations, we consider what is our manufacturing footprint, what's our data center footprint, what are just our basic facilities footprint, how can we improve on all of those as we go along. And then you move down the line to suppliers, because they are part of our operations. How can we work with our suppliers so that they leave a smaller footprint? So we consider that whole life cycle impact. Then we look at our products. How do we produce the most energy efficient products? How we continue to do that. So for instance, over the last 2 years, since 2008, we've made all of our desktops and notebooks 25% more energy efficient.
Wow.
It was a commitment we made publicly, and we achieved it over the end of last year, so it's fabulous. You look at our data centers, you look at our servers, how do we make them the most energy efficient products that are out there, and we think we do have the most energy efficient products. But that's part of the story. Then you have to go to our packaging. Packaging has a number of pieces. So we look at the cube size, we look at the content of the packaging, and then we look at what we call the curb. So it's the 3 C's. So we were one of the first companies to do multi-pack. So instead of getting each server in a separate box or each notebook in a separate box on our commercial customers, we do multi-pack. So it's picture an egg carton and having a whole bunch of notebooks stacked into an egg carton in between each notebook to protect the notebook, instead of having a whole separate box for each one that gets shipped to one of our corporate customers. So that's kind of one of the things we did. Really innovative was our bamboo packaging, and this is in about 50% of the notebooks sent on our consumers. It's also with all of the DELL Streak and the DELL Venue Pro. And this is fabulous. Bamboo, it grows 24 inches a day. I mean, it's a fabulous, sustainable product. You're not taking down the forests that take 50 to 70 years. You could bury it in your backyard if you wanted to. It's biodegradable. So we're really excited about what we're doing with our bamboo packaging. We're going to expand that into the corporate side, into our servers. So that's one of the goals we've got coming forward. So real excited by that.
It sounds like that. So that when you say footprint, it's a little more than just CO2 savings and energy savings. It's also in the actual materials of the products or the shipping itself. Absolutely.
But when I say footprint, so yes, you're right. But if you think about it, if you're not taking down a forest, you're leaving more CO2 out there. So if at the end of the day, all of it comes down to energy, everything we're doing will come down to energy savings somewhere. It also comes down to less in a landfill. So it comes down to other things as well. But it is all, at the end of the day, about energy. I'll give you another example I didn't raise in our operations. We put in solar panels. In fact, if you had come in next door in our parking lot, we've got a bunch of solar panels, and that helps power this facility. That saves 26 acres of pine farm every year.
Wow.
So, I mean, it doesn't completely power all of our buildings. We don't have the space to do that. But if you're just thinking about it in terms of how does it relate back to CO2, it's a big difference. We also are using those down in Brazil, so we're experimenting with that. This whole facility in Round Rock, where you're visiting with us today, is powered by clean energy. So this is wind power right here in this facility. We've maxed out on what we can purchase. We've bought all that's out there to buy.
That's pretty impressive.
And globally, 25% of our facilities now are running on clean energy.
That's a strong commitment.
It's very strong, and like I said, it starts from the top down.
So how does DELL decide when they're choosing on different initiatives to pursue? How does DELL manage the give and take of one project having energy savings and other projects having environmental impacts? You know, some are financially driven, others are more environment related. How do you guys balance the two?
So that's actually not that hard a question. So you take your business strategy and you align your sustainability strategies to your business strategy. So if you take the bamboo packaging, there's a fabulous story. It's lightweight, it's lower cost, and it's sustainable. It's a win-win across the board. That's what we were looking for in our packaging. How do we have a smaller imprint? How do we bring down the cost? How is it better for our customers? And at the end of the day, that's the solution we got. If you look at DELL, we focus more on carbon emissions than we do water. Water isn't one of the big resources we use, although our suppliers do, so you're going to see us focus more on that going forward. Fab centers, like for Intel and AMD, they use more water than we do. But it hasn't been our traditional focus because it hasn't been really part of our core mission. And so we kind of take what's the business strategy and how do we tie our strategic initiatives right to it.
Are carbon credits a part of the plan for sustainability, or is it really the carbon that's saved for energy efficiency and renewable energy measures?
Now we're focusing more on what we can do in terms of the energy saved and really our products. What can they do as we go forward? I'll give you a quick example. If you take Emerson, been a big customer of ours, we just helped them virtualize their products in all their data centers. We reduced their servers by 3,600 servers.
Wow.
And we increased them by 200. They went from 100 data centers down to 4. That's a pretty amazing carbon story right there.
That is a big footprint.
It's a big difference.
And I assume that you guys are trying to replicate that model with many of your other clients as well.
Every day.
So where is DELL really taking the lead?
DELL's taking the lead in a number of areas. Clearly, we're the leader in recycling. We're the only company that's offering the free recycling. We're the leader in packaging. We were the first out there in the bamboo packaging, and there's more to come, but I can't tell you that yet. We are the first ones to really talk to our suppliers and say, you need to report to the CDP. So we were the first ones to tell suppliers they've got to do the Carbon Disclosure Project and do the reporting. So we're really pushing the edge. We were the first company to come and ban the export of e-waste to developing countries. And that was, our own internal decision. We've also pushed the legislation in that area. So DELL's been a leader in this for a long time, and we plan to continue that leadership.
I know that recycling was a big initiative that you guys are really trying to pursue more. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So DELL has global recycling that's free for all of our consumers. We're the only company that offers free recycling for consumers today. On the business side, we also have a recycling service that we offer. It's not free, but it's a very unique service that we're offering. And it's really important to DELL. If it weren't, we wouldn't be the first ones out there offering free recycling. We also partner with Goodwill on our recycling, and we're looking for similar Goodwill-like organizations internationally. So it's another great story about how do these, our equipment that still has life left in it get into the hands of other people as well.
Trista, why are you doing what you're doing?
Because I love it. I had my meeting with Michael Dell about this job, and I told him, I know you think you have the best job at Dell, but I absolutely have the best job. This is my passion before I even came into this job. I've written articles on this topic. I walked into this job after 25 years as a lawyer, and so you don't just walk away from a long career easily, and I haven't looked back over my shoulder yet.
Thanks so much for being with us today. I really appreciate the time, and
Thanks,
much success in the future, and I look forward to staying in touch.
Thanks.